Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Thursday, 9th of April. In this update, Israel's making it clear the ceasefire in the Middle East does not include the conflict in Lebanon as it carries out its largest wave of airstrikes on the country. Israel says it was targeting more than 100 of what it calls Hezbollah command centres and military sites. Iranian officials say it will deliver a regret-inducing response if the Israeli strikes don't stop immediately. State media reports Iran's closed the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israel's attacks, despite the ceasefire which included a provision for its temporary reopening. However, the straits effectively remained closed anyway, as traffic hadn't immediately increased since the agreement. The Finance Minister says the government will step in if fuel companies fail to provide for rural New Zealand. The government says it could take a week or longer for fuel prices to drop here after the announcement of a ceasefire. Nicola Willis says that there have been reports of fuel companies reducing their frequencies of deliveries to the regions, leading to stockouts. But she says they know the companies have enough in stock. Households aren't seeing the full benefits of the hold on the official cash rate. The Reserve Bank's again opted to keep the OCR on 2.25%, unchanged since November. But it says its OCR cuts haven't stimulated the economy as much as expected, with banks lifting interest rates, particularly mortgages. Assistant Governor Karen Silk says banks are passing on a rise in wholesale interest rates. Drug seizures at our border have more than quadrupled in recent years. Customs Minister Casey Costello says we're fighting a big enemy and agencies are sharing information and intelligence to get on top of it. A cabinet paper obtained under the Official Information Act shows the volume of drugs seized by Customs has gone from 1.5 tonnes in 2018 to 6.5 tonnes in 2024. More drugs were seized at Auckland Airport in the first 4 months of last year than at all Kiwi airports the entire year before. There's concerns Apollo Project Stadium could sit empty when the new 1NZ Stadium opens later this month, as there's no clear plan for its future. The venue hosts its final major event on April 18. The Wellington Phoenix clash with Western Sydney Wanderers before the council takes back control on April 20. Newstalk ZB can reveal an options report on what comes next is still being drafted by council after being delayed at least 5 times since November. And in the meantime, the council says that the site may be used for community sport if it's safe, as temporary stands and buildings are decommissioned. In sport, Jane Watson is expected to miss the next 6 to 8 weeks of her debut Super Netball season with left knee and right calf damage. Augusta National Chair Fred Ridley has maintained the club's position, demanding a halt to the advance of golf ball technology as driving distances regularly extend beyond 350 yards. Matteo Berrettini has dispatched Daniil Medvedev 6-love in their round of 32 tennis match at the Monte Carlo Masters. Medvedev's racket has copped the brunt of his disappointment. I'm Nivareti Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.